between the Los Angeles Rams and the Chicago Bears. Leading them, as always, their head coach. His guys caught in the mushy middle of the NFL after 4 weeks, sitting at 2-2. Kate Scott, Brock Hewitt up here in the booth with you. It's going to be Cade York to get us started. And we're underway in Chicago. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So out come the Bears, ready for their first possession. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked first overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
Katie certainly produced a lot of highlights last week, but he gave the defense a couple as well on those interceptions. And I don't care how many touchdowns as a quarterback you throw in a game, you turn it over a couple times at a loss, put your defense out there a few more times, those moments you remember. What should really be driving him to get the win this week. When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
That's Cox. This is Loveland. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Hits his target. That's DJ Moore. And he stopped at the spot. He made the catch. So give him, it looks like the 27 on that completion. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. They'll come up on 1st and 10.
At the 27-yard line.
Working from the gun, Williams. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. I'll try something else from the 27 this time. 2nd and 10. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. He's going to tuck it and run. And into this line he goes after a gain of close to 5, Brock. That will bring up 3rd down.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield. Get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any player.
And in for the Chicago touchdown. The Bears finish up an excellent opening series. That one right down the middle. And the Bears will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Bears kicking team all ready to go, and they kick this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So here come the Rams on offense, ready for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
And even if he's still pretty early in his career, we know he is perfectly comfortable and settled into this spot as the be-all, end-all for this offense. Every time you take the field as a quarterback, you know you're gaining experience. You get more comfortable in the role. And as he goes forward, he tries to learn and take something away from each and every one of these moments.
First play of the drive, lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. 2nd down. He's dropping back to throw. And get it to Rashee Rice, complete. And he gets it up to the 35, but this is short. 3rd down coming up. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
What a play. They never gave him a shot to get that single yard. He's going to lose some yardage. 4th down coming up. The Rams are set to punt. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. Starts his return from the 23. And a big hit on the return to stop it cold. Back gap comes the Chicago offense for their second drive. And they sure looked clean throwing that football the last drive, didn't they? And that's something we've seen from them early in games throughout this season, Brock.
Sure has been part of their game plan. Get that passing game going early, pick up some mo while both teams get established. Most weeks, well, we've seen it pay some pretty good dividends for them, too.
It's his running back. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 5 still to go here. This is second down.
Second and 5 at the 36-yard line.
One play action. Williams. And the Rams are there, and down he goes. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
A loss of 10 yards on the play. It's now third down.
Here he goes, third and long. Dumps it off to his running back. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The Rams headed back after their second drive now. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. Drive starts with a carry by White. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. It only took them 1 play, Brock, and they have already made it to the 40-yard line. Escapes the pocket. He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when he saw the field. It's going to be second down. Back now, pressure coming. Completed to his running back. And they've got to him just a step or 2 before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. First down from the 42.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now looking to throw. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Incomplete. He was defended by Tyreek Stevenson.
From the gun, a run for White. And that's good for a few. It brings up third down. We'll get an injury stoppage. That's one of the Rams who's pretty shaken up and being tended to.
19,
They'll run. First give to Zach Charbonnet. And take him down right along the 30. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
That's another Rams first down.
Pass play now. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Holding by his back, White. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, it's difficult on the defense.
And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Rams football. They're hoping to convert here on second and goal. Brought in right side. And he's brought down at the line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And he makes the catch, but he will not get the... Now we're going to get a challenge. The Rams not pleased with that last call.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
York knocks it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
As this at the 6. Showing a little burst so far. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled. Here come the Bears back out on offense. And things are looking good to snap that 3-game losing streak that they came in on, Brock. They've got the lead here. The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. Drive start to the quick throw left, complete. And he's forced that bounds after picking up about 7.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
That's good. What is that? 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. He'll make his way through for a pickup of 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
So 20 yards on that play. And it'll be 1st down Bears.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
What is up? Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he takes this one in for a Chicago touchdown. The Bears now lead by 10. That one splits the uprights. And the Bears drive their lead to 11.
Rams 3.
The Bears kicking team all ready to go, and they kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Rams back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. First call here coming from the shotgun. And among all the team's pass catchers, partner, he has been one of the brightest spots in this opening half. I mean, I think we agree he's outshined several of their receivers and tight ends that we're used to seeing be the guys to get those targets. They get 35 out of that play. And that's going to be good for an LA 1st down. They'll throw it. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And he's taken down at the 30. So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Throwing it again here. Finds a man right side. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. All set now. 1st and 10. From the red zone on 1st. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know it's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
We're down at 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive. Rolling from the gun here. He brings it in. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
A 5-yard gain on the play. That's a Rams.
Out of the gun, White. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
That run now has put them in such a great spot, Kate. You get a run like that inside the first and goal situations, there's a whole lot of confidence when you break the huddle.
Ball at the 2 here for second and goal. Now they're going to throw out of the gun. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. So that play doesn't work out, but things make it even worse for them. Looks like one of their big guys out front is in need of a look from the training staff. Couldn't get it the last 2 snaps. Another shot at 6 here on third and goal. White. He runs it across. Touchdown. The Rams make it a 1-score game in the first half. On is Katie York for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Rams cut the lead down to 4.
Rams 10.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Here's a return from the 7. This makes it up to the 25. Chicago getting set to take the field down. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch the breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that'll be first down Chicago. So 2 minutes still to play in this first half, partner. Bears on top here at Soldier Field. Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Dive play straight ahead. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on first down. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
It's a loss of 2.
Out of the gun. Here's Williams. Complete right side. Gordon has it. And he's across midfield into Rams territory. 3rd and just 2 to go.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30. You're right at the 31. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after it. Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears grow their lead just before halftime. That one right down the middle. And the Bears drive their lead to 11. The Bears kicking team all ready to go, and they kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And they finally bring him down after a huge run back into their territory.
Hey, we know that every single possession in this league is a premium. And these ones right before halftime with the clock dwindling down, so they become even bigger. Setting your offense up for success with a return like that, you couldn't script it any better.
He's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
Just a yard left to go on 2nd down. Shotgun snap. They'll throw. This one's to Rice out on the right side. And that short gain is enough for a new set of down. Timeout taken by Los Angeles. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Chased out to his right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
Ready.
Off the play fake. He'll throw. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far. It's not met the standard they set for themselves.
They're in long for him here. Man, that's Nakua. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a first and goal.
First down. First and goal.
Mustang 19. Come on.
Working inside the red zone. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams make it a one-score game before halftime. It's a Puka Nakua touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Rams cut the lead down to 4.
Cade York to kick off.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Return starts at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. Line up the design keeper. So a one-possession game, Brock, after our first 2 quarters. Now let's throw it over to our pal Scott Hansen. He's got our halftime report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. The first month of the season has come and gone. Some early surprises, some early disappointments as well. Let's get into it. Our swing around the NFL starts now. In Jacksonville, the Jaguars at home to take on the Baltimore Ravens. And this is Keaton Mitchell. And time for one more look at the rest of the scores from around the National Football League. Meanwhile, in our game, both teams have been able to move the ball effectively. It might be a question of which defense can make a stand in the second half. As we get you back out to Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. First and 10. Second half begins here with a run by White. All the way across midfield before he's brought down. Give him 24 yards on that one. And the Rams have the first down.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course. But you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
All set to go now from the 35. On first down, this is Charbonnet. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up second and 7.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Changing things up. They're going to throw now. He's him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10. The give now to White. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Setting up to throw. Escapes the pocket. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
Cut 19! Cut 19! Go!
It's White on the give. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal. Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. The thinking's simple but effective. We'll stop getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop it, and they have yet to do that today.
You know, there's just certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you could feel it emanate from me. And one of them is when you impose your will, and you don't back away from it.
And that is caught in the end zone for the LA touchdown. The Rams take the lead right away in half number 2. It's a Puka Nacua touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Rams push their lead to 3. Now is York to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Bears offense now heads back out to the field. Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes 1st and 10. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this 3rd quarter. 1st down, Williams. No place for him to go here. The Rams rush all over him. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the 1st play.
It's now 2nd and 19 at the 17-yard line.
2nd down and 19 yards to go after that sack. Williams from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
3rd down. Here's Williams. He lobs this one up, looking deep to the right side. Ooh, the defender was waiting for that one to make a play on it, knocked it away, forcing 4th down. Chicago brings out the punting unit. Torrey Taylor will kick this away. Takes it in at the 21. And a nice return out of it. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. First down now, ball at the 33. Starting on the ground, here's White. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. It's going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. They're throwing it. Escapes the pocket. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down.
I'll give this quarterback credit. He bought as much time as he could, but eventually, the only option left was to throw it away.
He'll air it out on 3rd. That's complete. Nacua on the left side. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's going to be good for an LA 1st down. Looking to throw here. Nacua's got it again. And the stop is made, but not until he reaches that 17-yard line. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives him a 1st down.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside. Look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Quite the drive they've had, Brock, but they're up against it. 3rd and 5 now.
Hey, three. 70 Rangers, 7, Panther 11, Panther 11. Cut 19, cut 19.
Back to throw. And Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Brandon Stevens has it. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick. This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
It's taken in by Roman Dunze. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Going back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Working from the gun, Williams. For the sideline, and it's intercepted. And the Rams get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Their first pick of the game comes at an awfully big moment. Really, it just cancels out all the great work your defense did to give you that ball.
1st and 10, it's a gift to White. Nearly starts the drive with a first down run. Stopped a yard short, gain of 9.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
2nd and inches at the 36-yard line.
Less than a ruler needed here on 2nd down.
Let's go. Cowboy 80. Hey, check that. Street.
Dropping back to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. This is the type of performance a former quarterback just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game, even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down. None of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow, and he is dicing it.
Running on 2nd with White. And they find him after just a yard. It's 3rd down.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
To the air on 3rd and long. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down. Pass play coming here. Gets him on the in route. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That's another Rams first down.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Completed to his running back. He's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. To the line and set. Here we go, 1st down.
15. First down, Los Angeles.
From the red zone now. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Again to throw on second. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Third down from the gun. And this spot is going to be close, but he does not have that first. They're going to face fourth and short.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
You're going to try to throw for it. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Pressure gets there, right side. It's blocked. And they're not able to transform the block into 2 points. He's tackled short, and they get nothing following the touchdown. After seeing his point after blocked, he's got to stay out there and kick it off. It's a return from the 7. Shoves one away. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. And they just saw that lead stretch out to a 2-score margin now. Really makes this a must-score series late.
And Kate, you know I believe this. You can never play this game in a state of desperation. But a state of urgency, got to be a sky high right now.
And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 35.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. Finds him over the middle. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage. Third down, 1 yard to go.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Blown back, it's the handoff. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26. We've set it down from 37.
37-yard line.
One of the tight ends in motion left. Going play action. Williams. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
He's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be first down Bears.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Here's Williams. Secured by Burden on the slant. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 21-yard line.
Again, it's Williams. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. And the Rams take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okie! That's what that whole defense screams after an interception. And you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down. But even with that, they will take that Okie any day. What a huge pick in return for that defense.
White running again on second. He's going to have this one down to the 28. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
First down.
Again, this is White. Played good for, looks like about 6. 2nd down upcoming. Timeout Chicago. It uses its 2nd. Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Here's White again. Nothing doing on 2nd. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be 3rd and longer. The Bears going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And this could be an issue the rest of the way with no way to stop this clock. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Coming left is White. And he'll go down here at the 16. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
Ask for a little bit more on that one. That's that running back to come up with more than he's used to on third down. He made it look like just another day at the office. I wouldn't expect every conversion to go as smoothly. He sure made that one look routine.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Here's a design run. Lining up to take a knee on second down. They draw it up for him. Setting up for the kneel down on third. So it's the Rams who take this one on the road. And this is exactly how they